Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by BB. There is no second best live YouTube stream to talk about the markets. Welcome back, guys. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a nice and replenished weekend, hopefully away from the doom scrolling, because we all know that what really matters is are these tacos that we get Sunday night. Lots to discuss, right? Fake pump, real pump, bottom end. We're going to discuss it, obviously, on this show, but I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Louie, and of course, Max might be joined by a few additional. Oh, we got Jackus as well. We're going to have a great show for you guys today, but before we can get into the nitty gritty of everything that is occurring in our wonderful wide world of markets, I'm going to ask if you guys can slam that like button for me. I'm not going to make the soybeans joke about how the chart looks great, but the soybeans chart does look great. I'd prefer not to look at it, though. So if you guys can hit the like button, run it up. Like I said, we're going to have a great show in store for you guys. Start the week off on a high note, and what I think is going to be our final full trading week of the first quarter of 2026, if you guys can believe that. So time flies. But I guess, time feels almost like compressed and simultaneously sped up when we have this like very headline driven market regime. We had, I want to say, I think we were down at one point, maybe like 1% overnight in the S&P futures. We got a taco very, very early in the morning. It was kind of funny. I'm not going to dwell on this too long, but like there was some astrology at a very specific time, like right around the tariff or right around the taco announcement. So I thought that was pretty funny. Again, I'm not going to get into it, but it was like a very specific timing thing, like 4:22 or like 5:22 in the morning. It was like this specific alignment occurred. And what do you know? We got a taco announcement. The market bounced at one point. I think the NASDAQ is up 2% today. Bitcoin bounced above 71,000. Are we going to, is the bottom in, right, on Bitcoin and crypto, this relative strength front running an eventual bottom on equities? We continue to have this discussion. But really, I think what we need to be trading is probably bond volatility, right? Because the market can move down, but what will clearly really force the hand of the administration to commit to these tacos is the MOVE index, right, which had a 30% green candle today. I think a 25% green candle on Friday. That's clearly the pain point for the administration, and that makes sense, right? Because bond volatility is kind of like at the crux of all problems for markets and financials in general. So I think that's probably worth considering, just trading the MOVE index at this point. If the top is in on that, all right, well, the bottom's probably in for the market. And if the vice versa is probably true, of course. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the market, guys. We're getting a squeeze right now. I'm personally kind of likening the move to the one that we saw 2 weeks ago for equity markets specifically. But obviously, again, I think we're all kind of indirectly trading the MOVE index and bond volatility at this point, which is kind of unsexy. But I still think important to understand what's driving the markets.
Yeah, nice little squeeze this morning. Obviously seems it's headline driven. I'm always skeptical of the Friday sell-offs, right? Like selling hard into a Friday close. Like I don't like positioning into that either way, because I feel like the Monday open is always pretty unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get. So yeah, seeing that today, the S&P came into, I would say, significant levels, probably like the first target of this kind of slowdown or sell-off or whatever you want to call this damn thing. I don't know. But you came into your local range lows. You traded below it on Friday, gapping up today on a Monday to start the week. So maybe we get some relief here, right? Maybe we get some relief. Late shorters to the move. feel some pressure. Maybe we get a move back up into the underside of here, right? That's always a possibility. But right now it looks like late shorters on Friday are currently feeling the pressure and possibly trapped here. So we'll see how this progresses. Very headline driven at the moment. Seems like we're very headline sensitive. But Bitcoin and crypto holding up well, right? Maintaining their structures throughout all of this, or at least Bitcoin has. So that's always good. And hopefully that's not my famous last words.
I kind of call it a soft taco, what we got today. Like it wasn't the typical taco that we got in 2025 during the tariff laws when he called for a 90-day pause. But it's extremely clear that Trump is just sending out tweets at this point that are contradicting each other each day. And I don't think it's worth listening specifically to like what he says, but it's rather like seeing the market reaction to what he posts. I think that's important. And I think it does tell you a lot about where we might be headed, or, if you get a future news, what it will mean for the market. For example, similarly, how we got a news regarding BTC ETS in 2023. It was a fake news, but market has absolutely pumped based on that news. And the market suddenly realized, hey, if these ETS are live, people are just unpositioned, and we've never to this day retested those levels again. And similar situation could be here, like market pump today, in my opinion, a bit too much given the news. Like it wasn't like it was like a 5-day military pause, definitely, sort of like, again, soft taco trade, but it wasn't something crazy. Yet the market pumped incredibly well. Wix dropped in an hour so much. I think lots of it gets probably retraded too, lots of this move. But it does show you that people are currently unprepared if Trump backs off from this, and if we get further de-escalation. So again, all it will come to, in my opinion, is, hey, if we get a de-escalation, the market is just going to move higher. That's a done deal. That's what the market told us today. Obviously, we do not know if we actually get it, but yeah, that's what the market's saying.
Yeah, I think there's
the chat went
based more
silent.
on positioning.
What's up, boys?
What's up, Max?
I don't know. It got real awkward for a second. No one was saying anything.
I was
on here, and there's
I was
nobody
waiting for you to say something.
Nah, I'm chilling.
Are you having fun trading perps, Anon? This is like the worst environment for perps, man.
Yeah,
It really
It
is.
really is. Yeah, it's well, it's like you get some like weekend move, and then like Trump comes out and like puts out a post, and like global markets just completely shift in a matter of like minutes. And then we kind of have to figure out like, okay, like, is that like a scam that's gonna completely retrace, or like, is it legit? And it's just like, well, that's
Harry
you
tired
kinda
of
just-
winning, son.
yeah, you kind of just have to like maybe position a little smaller than you normally would, and like don't have super tight stops, because I mean, this week you can almost guarantee you're gonna get a few more of those like random headlines, like almost a guarantee. They maybe will be to the upside or the downside, but like there's no way it's one and done. It's for me 10 a.m. on a Monday. We're gonna get some more scams this week. I can feel it. My scam radar is tingling.
Yeah, as I've been saying, Max, like the only thing people can, or the best thing to do, in my opinion, is really to do nothing. Like if you want to be bearish, then be out. If you want to be bullish, be in, but don't really overtrade this chop. Do not sell your position because the market was bleeding on a Sunday based on a Trump tweet. do not get back into the market because Trump, posted a new tweet on Monday. If you, whatever position you take, you need to have tighter invalidations than just a local price moves. Definitely not tight stops. It's gonna be a wrecked down. So yeah, I obviously am on the bullish side of things, as you guys know. So I think essentially we will gradually begin to move up. I do think that the way Bitcoin has been holding and is over the past many weeks has been telling a lot. But essentially we, in either case, we gotta wait for confirmation, which we definitely didn't get to either side.
Still in a range, right? Still in a range.
Still in I would change it. Still in a range. Tweet incoming.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
A second Trump tweet has hit the charts.
Right now?
What?
Second tweet has hit the charts
A
right now?
second Trump tweet has hit the charts.
No, you would know if it hit the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd
No, there
see
wasn't
it.
actually one. I was more a joke. But yeah,
You never know these days.
no, you don't.
Well, I mean, the big you just kind of have to look at the chart and say, okay, nothing's really happening, but it feels like a lot is happening. But also, unless your strategy is like basically just fade every impulse up and down, no matter what, then it's a very difficult market to position in. Like that literally has to be your strategy. Like, okay, there's like a move that looks good, fade it. Oh, there's a move that looks bad, like buy it. Like that's the only winning strategy, and it has been for months. So I don't know. I mean, if eventually that stops, eventually we do something. But if your assumption is it's actually not time to do anything, then you should just be fading this move. And then when we drop back down, fade that move,
Ooh,
I wonder how much money you could make just trading crypto, fading literally every single move all the time. Never trust a single move up or down. I feel like maybe that would be like a cool bot to make at some point.
Yeah, it would work well.
The nothing ever happens bot, because our market sucks and we used to trend, but now we don't do anything but chop. So maybe you could make a chop bot.
Yeah,
So you're
it's
telling me
doable.
that the market has conditioned people into thinking that nothing ever happens, ever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
you just
know.
gotta find
just do something.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready for it. Like either nuke this thing down. Like I want a range break and like a real one. I want like a 50% drop or like 100% pump. Like give me something. This is just everyone's like all horned up over this little like spike on Monday. Because everyone's just so deprived of like decent price action. So everyone's just like, oh, like look at this crazy candle on Bitcoin, we're so back. Like I can't believe you faded the generational, weekend low. And I'm just like, man, I hope you're right, but you're just so like depressed because the price action's so terrible. You're just like, oh man, like Bitcoin moving like 3 or 4% it's nothing, man. Like that should happen on Bitcoin every day, which is why we love it. And now it's just everyone's all excited over like a 3 or 4% move. Like, dude, where did my like 25% days go? Where did that go?
I miss it.
Volatility has been really low, yeah.
We're a shell of an asset class that once was.
But good days are ahead, right?
No. Fortunately,
It's time for even worse days.
yes, the bad days are over. Time for even worse days.
Guys, for how much time have we been in this range compared to the prior one?
What, Bitcoin?
February 5th.
Yeah.
About
We're
6
getting
weeks.
close to the same amount of time.
Right.
We're almost at 2 months. Wait, no, February. We're almost at 3 months. It's almost the end of March. Jesus. Yeah, we're pushing February, March.
Well, if it got as long as the previous
See.
one, which I don't think it will, but if it has, then we would be
68
still
days,
ranging
12 hours.
until half of April until we really get a directional move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
That's
Wow.
great news. I love that. That's
Yeah?
big news for me. Yeah. That's great news. Yeah. Big news for Chud Jacks everywhere.
I don't think it's gonna be that way though. I think we are going to get the directional move sooner.
Oh, shoot. I was hoping
Yeah.
we could chop for another few weeks, but
Yeah, I agree, Jackus.
because I'm making generational wealth in like this range, you know. I mean, this is every 5 minutes there's like a new 50R micro scalp.
Yeah.
If you haven't made it from this, you should find something else to do. You're wasting your time here, you know. Me, this is easy, you know, this is the best. It's so clear.
We need Trump to see his shadow so we don't get what is that, like 6 more weeks of chop.
Yeah. You know, I sleep with the Agger next to my bed, you know. Like you think you can compete with me? Like 23 hours a day I'm looking at the 1 second chart. I sleep with the Agger next to me.
I will say, like, this weekend was really nice because I barely, like, I usually am watching the charts on the weekend, even if I pretend like I'm not. But this weekend, I basically, like, just checked out, watched a ton of basketball. It was great. And then on Sunday, I came back.
Made generational wealth.
I'm sure we're going to get this. I had a friend that sent this message in our group chat. He was like, I can't wait for the overnight bleed to be engulfed by one headline on Monday morning. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. It's literally this tweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This meme.
Kind of sucks.
I do think the market's going to get fatigued from headlines, though. Personally, maybe that's just wishful thinking, but
Well, it does. It's like the tariff thing. Like that in the beginning, like every freaking thing he said, it was a major move, and then it started dwindling away. But it's like now it's just the same thing but a different topic, you know. And I feel like you can just keep recycling these things.
Guys, I have a question. What do you think of Base going forward?
Base
As a chain.
Well, I'm not as bullish on it as I once was.
What is the reasoning?
I just think they took a complete wrong approach. They launched that chain with the approach of trying to make it like a social-fi and expressive in a way where it rewarded like artists and social media engagement and stuff versus the people that actually use the chain, which is the investors, the traders, you know, the builders. And then they went and said, yeah, we're going to launch a base token. They teased that. Now they're probably going to have to walk that back. So I don't know. I was a lot more bullish on it before all that occurred. And then obviously we got, the markets took a turn. We'll see. I mean, I still use it. I don't think it's going anywhere. I just don't think it's going to be as revolutionary as it could have been, in my opinion. But I mean, it is extremely fast and cheap, right? I'll give it that.
Could be good for stable coins, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the, like, we have so many of them nowadays, right? Like we have Base, we have Arbitrum, right? We have a few others. They all compete with each other. Yeah.
The biggest use case and features is Coinbase itself, right? Like I use Coinbase still, so like I got the Base wallet, I got Coinbase. Like I could withdraw. Like if I could just do withdraw. Like if I have, like, let's say I sell a token on my Base wallet, I could just say cash out, right? It'll send my stables to my Coinbase app, and then the Coinbase app will send it to my bank account. Like that's pretty convenient. So like the biggest, feature and use case is for Coinbase users, which I think is big when retail does come back, So it has that going for it, which a lot of these chains don't, like Arbitrum. Like a normie's not going to go wander onto Arbitrum for no reason, like unless they're trying to figure out how to work Hyperliquid,
I was about to say, when Hyperliquid moves away from, I mean, they kind of already have moved away from Arbitrum.
Yeah.
You don't technically even need Arbitrum to get to Hyperliquid anymore. I'm pretty sure you can bridge from ETH and multiple other, probably even the Bitcoin network actually too. Spot, that is. It's obviously going to be asset dependent, but once they get kind of, I think, that full functionality for other chains to deposit, like Arbitrum, what does Arbitrum even do? Well, they issue a lot of grants so that they can sell more tokens, but other than that, what did they do?
Yeah, it's the gas. It's cheaper gas. But gas has been cheap on ETH for.
They work well with Hyperliquid.
Yeah.
They actually don't. It like takes 10 minutes to withdraw. So
I think that's pretty good though. Like 5-minute withdrawal time on Hyperliquid versus a centralized exchange is pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like it's too slow.
You can also see the transaction, which I like, right? Like with a centralized exchange, you're just like, sometimes you're just hoping to get your money back because you can't see it, right? You're just waiting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That said, I gotta say I never had a problem with centralized exchange in this regard. So
you're clearly not American, Jackus.
Yeah.
You got. They only give the Americans a tough time, man. They don't want us. They don't want us using exchanges, man.
Usually, when I withdraw from an exchange, it's like within 5 minutes, done. No matter the amount.
I have had issues with Coinbase and Mexi before.
You had issues with Mexi, Tommy?
I
No, I'm being sarcastic because, like,
we saw that, but yeah, I've used Mexi, but I've only used it for like super small amounts because of the issues that have been known with the exchange. So it's really just been a gamble money always there.
Iran's parliament speaker says fake news used to manipulate oil markets.
No shit.
Yeah. I could tell something was happening because we were getting a nice big, it was a big gap up this morning. Seeing some pullback makes sense, but
I am enjoying people like rip or like watching people rip their hair out while they're trading oil.
Yeah, oil got wrecked today.
I made this comment on the Discord, but I feel like it's not like a small story, but to me, the Middle Eastern conflict as it relates to markets is kind of a subplot. Obviously, I've been viewing the move down and weakness that we've seen in a lot of different sectors as kind of like a positioning unwind. And there's just been so much like focus on oil, rightfully so, right? Because it gave one of the most historically abnormal moves in its entire trading history. But I still think it's just kind of a distraction from what's actually moving and driving the markets, which is, I think, like the bond volatility that we're seeing continuing to elevate. Like, if we want to put a bottom in on the market, we got to put a top in on the move index, which climbed to 109 today. I'm not sure what it's trading at right now because it only updates like at the open, but
I think they are intentionally dumping U.S. U.S. Treasuries to force Trump to back off from this. You know, and you know that the moment he backs off, move will move down. Move will move down. That's funny. And treasuries, yields will drop with it, and obviously markets are going to pump. So it's once again, you know, it's been the same situation during the tariff laws. You know, like actually, when we look at the move index, Louis, if you can put it on. Move.
I love that we have a token called Move, and it's just a total scam.
Yeah. So if you're gonna look at the April lows, maybe add SPX down below. And you can really zoom in a little bit here on like weekly zoom in or on daily.
You want the daily?
Tell that to White Whale. Whatever happened to that guy?
White Whale. I heard it. Didn't Zach XBT just expose him as a scammer today?
Actually?
Yeah, I think so. He was exposing someone with a whale in his name, like two guys, that they've been doing a coordinated FUD to the market and stuff. Yeah, so here you can see that spike in April lows. It's been the same, right? Like Trump starts to threaten the world with the tariffs, things get out of control. He starts to, because he watches a few markets, I've noticed. Like he doesn't care about crypto, obviously, but when he cares about Dow Jones mainly, and he cares about yields mainly, or the bond market. That's like his two most favorite markets. And when yield starts to spike higher, he cares a lot. And I think the market's trying to pressure him into backing off.
I don't think
I thought he
can
was the
stop it.
crypto president.
What?
I don't think he can stop bond vol from spiking.
Well, he can if he backs off, right?
He can't. I really don't want to get into like the debate on the war, because I really am not an expert on the subject matter, so I don't want to be like talking out of my butt. But can he actually like back out at this point?
Yeah, he is basically, from what I heard from lots of experts, he's basically going to lose on this no matter what, and he has two decisions now. Either he's gonna put base troops to Iran, which is nuts, you know, that would cost lots of American lives. It would be further escalation of the conflict, and it would drag for a long time, and markets would nuke. Obviously, yields would spike. He would be in a pretty bad position. Or he has other option, which is to like publicly declare a victory, but basically he would have to back off. So like say, yeah, we've done our part, now we are backing off, which is what I think is going to happen, because the other option is really bad for him in so many regards, because again, he cannot afford higher yields. He cannot afford low equities, especially going into midterms. And so I think that the likely outcome is going to be Trump declaring a quote-unquote victory, but in reality, it will be backing off from the Iran operations, and or again, the other option is further escalating it. But he is not going to accomplish much now anymore without basically putting base troops on the Iran field. So
that was kind of my interpretation too. Like geographically, it's just impractical for an expedited conflict without like tactical nukes, and obviously that's like an option of last resort. Hopefully, I do not have to see that in my lifetime. But I mean, look, I still think, like, I don't know what the cause will be. Maybe it's the Middle East. Maybe it's something completely different. I just look at the TLT chart, USD JPY. Those charts look like they're getting ready for some pretty big moves in their respective directions. And then I look at something like the Japanese markets, right? Like the Nikkei, which obviously is going to be influenced by the USD JPY moving higher, because they're probably going to have to sell not just US treasuries, but also, you know, some stake in the Nikkei as well, or at least some of the companies that make up that index. And I think the charts are telling me that an outsized move is coming in this regard. I have no idea how the Middle East is going to resolve. I have no idea if that's going to be the catalyst that sparks it. But that's what I see when I look at the charts still. So I don't think that bond volatility as a narrative is going away.
So to real quick address this, we're trying something out, and if you hate it so much and it's not actually going to work, then we'll just cut it. We're not doing it to make money, trust me. Like they probably would make they probably give us like a penny, okay? We don't have a huge audience. There's a theory that we came across that's like YouTube buries your content if you don't have ads on, because they don't really have an incentive to push your content because they're not making anything from it. There's no partnership. So we're like, maybe we'll try to put ads on just to see if they like push our content more. We just turned them on, but we haven't we don't even have enough data to know if it's working or not. It was just an attempt to see if we could, like, the algo would push us a little bit. But I have no idea if it's going to work or not. Honestly, I feel like it won't, so we can probably just turn them back off. But that's what was going on.
Live stream though? Does it do they start back to where it stopped and they gotta fast forward, or are they just missing chunks of the?
Tell me about the ad experience, guys. How long was the ad? What did it show you? Like, can you skip it? Tell me what it looks like on your guys' end, real quick.
And has it started for all people at the same time, or does it happen randomly?
It skips what you missed. So interesting.
Oh, that sucks, dude. We should just turn that off. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, but we need to try it out. I think that theory is actually pretty realistic, given how social media works. Like I heard a guy, for example, on Twitter, that he was posting lots of different type of content, like from different segments. Like it can be politics, finance, sports, and so forth. And so what happens is that the algo doesn't know how to like where to put you in, and it sometimes can take a year of you posting before like the algo can say, all right, this is a finance account, or hey, this is a sports or politics account. And then when it's like settled, it will start to push you again, which is nuts, because you have to keep posting for a long time the same type of content, and you think like, all right, I've been posting this for a few months, right, and it's not working, so I'm gonna change something. Well, and then Twitter or like the algo doesn't know again. And Jesus, the algos on social media and its constant changes is just killing me, because the bots, they can change very quickly, but you as a like regular content creator who wants to provide quality, you don't have time for this shit to keep changing. But I think this theory regarding the ads on YouTube makes like it pretty much has to make sense.
I think if you have YouTube Premium, you don't get ads either. Anyways,
That's true. Plus, we know that YouTube has been trying to push really hard for premiums, because like all companies today are trying to push for a recurring revenue models for subscriptions, right? So it does make lots of sense that like if you do not have your channel monetized, there is no incentive for people to have premiums. So it really would not surprise me. It's called AdBlock, actually. You know, someone asked, how can you use YouTube without premium?
How much is YouTube Premium? I'm curious. I was kind of thinking about that.
like
Getting
Probably like
$15.
$12 a month or something.
Yeah, something like that. Not that much.
Yeah, I agree, Manish. For life, it's horrible. But again, we've been here every single week, nearly every single day for so many years straight. You know, these streams are big consumption of every single day time. And all you see is that it gets buried by the algo. And then occasionally, you know, some hater pops in, starts, you know, raging at us. It's like extremely demotivating. So I understand that ads, you know, here on live stream is fucking annoying. It's for us as well. We do not, as Max said, there'll probably be like zero monetization from it. But we just wanna we just wanna do as much as we can to make the channel grow. If any of you have any advice on how to do that, or if the ads solve it, let us know. It's like
And
we
you know
want to
what's
make.
Oh, sorry, Jackus. And like, you know what's weird is that Jackus said like we've been doing this content like every day for years. We've never once had like a video get caught by the algo ever. Like we've never had a video or a live stream pre-recorded that like got 100K views or something. I've had during like meme coin season, I had a few like meme coin videos pop off. But that was, I think, more just like people retweeting it a bunch on Twitter and like mostly that. It's never been a situation where like it's caught on, you know, like we've never had our content pushed in like 3 years of making multiple videos every day. So I'm like, maybe that's it, right? Maybe it is like the lack of ads where YouTube's just like, fuck these guys. Like they're not even partnering with us. We have no incentive to push their content.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then I just see all these like goofballs with ads all over their videos posting crappy analysis and they're blowing up, you know? And I'm like, what are we missing, you know? What is it? And maybe it's just that we don't have ads on. I don't know. But
Can we maybe it's this, Max, and maybe we need to change any crypto for digital assets?
yeah, maybe. We can try. Well, anyways, that's what we're doing, guys. So we'll try it out for a little bit and see if it helps. But if not, we can get rid of it. It's no big deal. But we're experimenting. We're in the lab trying some things. So
we're up against the big bad tech oligarchs. So,
dude, for real. All right. How's Bitcoin look? Did we fill in the inefficiency?
Did we get the CME gap?
I think we should have, right?
I think we
At least
did.
part of it, maybe.
Yeah, we definitely did.
And I bet we did. Yeah. Beautiful. Look at that backfill, man.
Crazy Trump would make that announcement just to fill the CME gap, man.
Big, beautiful CME gap. The biggest and most beautiful of CME gaps.
Imagine trying to trade this.
Dude, it's
What?
just hilarious.
This is stupid. And I own this, but like trying to trade this over Bitcoin. Oh my god.
Do you know what's nuts, guys? Now that I think about it, is that the BTC CME chart has been live for longer than 3,000 days. It's been live since December 2017. The CME Bitcoin futures.
Isn't it going away too in May?
Actually,
I don't think it is, but I think that they are stopping the, like they're gonna introduce the 24/7 trading.
that makes sense. I was thinking about that, how weird it is that that wasn't already the case for like everything when we're talking about how much money is at stake.
Yeah.
Like it really didn't make sense that we have trillions of dollars of value that cannot be hedged or anything during the weekends. Although, is 24/7 trading, does that include the weekend or no? I've heard mixed things.
I think it should. It's 24/7, not
Maybe it's like
5.
24/5, right?
But if it's like 24/6.9.
Is
I don't know.
the more salient Zoomer meme now 69 or is it 67? I'm sorry.
24/6.7.
I'm sorry. I'll see myself out.
Equity bros have no idea what they're about to get into. Enjoy your 24/7 market.
I wish it would be more like I actually don't like the 24/7. Like it does make sense, right? At
sucks.
first it was like it doesn't make sense to have 24/5, or like it's not even 24, but like 5 days a week. And nowadays I'm like, I wish it would be more like TradFi and crypto.
Although, like, we haven't done anything on a weekend in a while. Like, at least not any trending move. Anything we've gotten is pretty much like reverted within a few days, to my knowledge.
Yeah, it's pretty redundant.
Make it stop.
But that's why, like, if they do take away that CME, which I have to look into that, it might actually bring weekends, like we start producing like actionable price action on the weekend.
Make weekends for the coins again.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, like weekends used to just be a bullish playground for altcoins.
Yeah.
It's like every single weekend you'd get a mini alt season, and then you just had to make sure not to be holding it on Sunday open. Good times. We used to have a market.
How did it come to this? Are we only here to suffer?
Some of my favorite ever moves happened on a weekend, man, back in the day.
That's one of my favorite memes. And like how it just like gets crossed off. Like initially it was 2 years and it was like, wow, that was a lot. And then it just keeps stacking. Like they don't even just delete it. It's just you just go right below it. You just...
I made that thinking, Max.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when our market dies and goes to zero, you can just make memes and you'll do very well as a meme creator on Twitter, okay?
What do you do for a living? Well, Let's
Just-
talk about it.
Yeah, it's who cares? What do you
Complicated.
do? Tell me about yourself, Deflect.
So, have you seen the movie The Joker? Yeah. So you were like recording it or something? No, actually, I take the little parts of it and then make memes.
No, see that guy who went insane in the movie? That was me. It's based on a story of my experience.
Yeah, I mean,
I also like this meme, and don't at the same time.
yeah, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel.
But the good news is
He gets off
that
the island
even the Robinson made it in the end. He
eventually.
made it back, but it was a movie.
Yeah. But it was a movie. It has happy endings. Yeah, I mean, I wish there was more stuff to look at here.
Is SPX puking, or is that I can't tell by your candle colors what's going on there?
It's
bit.
yeah, it's coming back down.
Good, great.
Probably to fill some of this big gap.
It's fantastic news. Good.
I think most of the pump today gets retraced. People get bared up, and then it goes to new high based on some new tweet.
Just like, what do we even say about this? Like, oh, another day of limp meat pattern from SPX. Okay. All right, up or down?
Yeah.
Let's, flip a coin. Should we flip a coin? What should we do?
Yeah, Bitcoin hasn't moved outside of this trading range. Equity's doing the exact same thing. Mega cap stocks are kind of still looking distributive. Yeah, I mean, what else is there?
Yeah.
Oil puked a little bit.
Are you ready for oil to range?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Do you guys think obviously Hyperliquid got a lot of really good news over the last week? Grayscale filing an ETF. I want to say there was some other stuff in there too. Very positive news. Do we think that was front run?
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big puke down to here. Maybe even run this. But I still think it goes higher. But it also depends on the market. Like if we reverse here fairly soon, I think this can continue. But I'd much rather get on board on like a pullback into like this gray zone, 30, 31. Take out some late longers, scare the hose, right?
He said scared the hose.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a Tommy line.
Can't scare the hose.
Do you know what I also find really nuts? Is that GCR made this tweet in April, not to,
Remember that one.
blame him for anything, just that it really felt like this. Like lots of the people feel. They felt them already in April 24.
Dude, a GCR tweet right now would hit so hard. Oh, dude.
He's been pretty much
Some of these new traders, man, they don't even know the GCR lore, man. They don't even know. Oh, it was so epic.
Most people probably don't know who John McAfee was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They just came in and they're like, oh, cool. Like, I'm going to create my own system and like treat crypto like Forex, and like that's my life.
Yeah.
Paid Discord to trade Forex strategies on crypto. Dude, study like, remember Ape Season, man? Alex Wise or Weiss? Remember that guy?
I do remember
Who?
Alex.
Dude, he was trading like a
Weiss
300
City.
mil position from the fucking hospital. He had like a heart attack. And he's like in the hospital room, like not doing well. Just like in a 9-figure position, man. Dude, last cycle, and then you even had like Crypto Kaleo, like slinging like 8 or 9-figure positions, just like shoving BNB on leverage, like on a random day. It was so fun, dude. It was so fun. These kids don't even understand what was around last cycle. It was so cool. It was so much better, man. It actually makes me so sad, like how just we had it all. You guys remember? You were there. I mean, we didn't know each other really yet, but
We didn't know how good we had it.
no, but you
I've
know what
been
I'm
there,
talking
done
about.
that.
Like, it was so fun. It was amazing.
I've been there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago.
Like, we literally just had like a bunch of public apes just criming every crypto asset higher on leverage. And things pumped so hard and they dumped so hard and fast. And we never were range bound. It was just always like, there was always a huge move brewing. There was like 1 or 2 ranges I can think back to last cycle.
If we were range bound, alts were going crazy though.
Yes.
Like,
there was always something. And it was like everything happened together. It wasn't like this fractured market. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's been always ranges, no? Or you mean like the peak bull market of 20?
Not as many ranges as we have now.
So, I mean, like, there were always ranges, but they didn't last for like 2 or 3 months at a time. There were a couple, like the tops were distributive, but there was good vol in there. Alts would go crazy when Bitcoin would distribute. Now, when Bitcoin distributes, alts just die, don't do anything. Like, if you go back and you look at like both Bitcoin tops, there was so much opportunity in alts. So much.
Yeah, the Bitcoin dips would be like 10, 15% flash crash in a day. And then we'd be ripping back. It wouldn't be multi-month range. Bullshit. It was
I
a
don't
free
know.
market.
It makes me sad, man. I used to show up, like, just log into my computer, open up my like bucket shop exchange that I had loaded up, didn't even know if I'd get the money back. It's just being an ape, man. It was so fun.
Mhm.
What happened? Look at this chart, man.
BlackRock, man.
2 weeks of epic, then like 8 months of just psychological torment.
Yep. This is what
That's
they gave us.
wild, dude.
Yeah,
That's
now I see what you
But
mean.
I could visually show you. Like you see, like when you like do like a 10-day log chart and you look at the cycles, like look at the difference.
I can show you guys exactly why it's doing that. It's the D-Vol chart. We got institutionalized and made
exactly what happened.
traders are now wanting to be institutionalized in a mental hospital.
Yeah. Like look, it's very clear what the fuck
This Jen stories, you are correct. No one believes, no one wants to hold anything.
Yeah.
This is also correct. It's a scam. At least most of it is.
Sadly,
you're right.
that's true. I feel like AI is, the real revolutionary technology that we all thought crypto was going to be. But a positive caveat to that is these AI agents and these bots are going to need a way to transact on their own by themselves. And I think that is going to be through crypto and blockchain regardless. So, crypto being the currency for AI agents moving forward is probably the most bullish use case we're ever going to get. So I'm quite bullish on that. So I guess there's a positive side to that, but yeah, sadly.
Well,
I think
have you seen that MasterCard bought BVNK? Not sure how to pronounce it in English. You noticed that?
MasterCard bought what?
The company BVNK. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but it's they were a leader in stablecoin infrastructure. They bought them for 1.8 billion, MasterCard. And I think it really shows you how much the world is preparing for the stablecoin rails of the future.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm really bullish on Circle. Finally getting a little pullback here. This thing has been going vertical.
But it hits with the meme. Crypto adoption, but stable coins and air coins don't go up.
Yeah, literally.
That's why I like Sky. That's why I like Maker.
Yeah, if you get something like this, I'm a buyer. Give me pullback.
Love if we could finally take the lid off of Vol. This is like the fourth time we've gotten cucked at 30 over the last few months. Inevitable, or are we going to be able to taco our way back to all-time high?
This is kind of what happened last time.
I still think the grind looks healthier than it did in September and October.
Is this real?
I think I saw that earlier today. I don't know if that was just now, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, the tough part is also that with the way he has been tweeting, you cannot tell what is real and what is not, right? You sort of expect anything at this point. And there's also, because of that, I would say there's been lots of fake news that's been floating around as well. Like that he said that, he would nuke literally Iran, which is, or Iran, right? You pronounce it Iran, which isn't the case. At least he hasn't publicly stated it.
Apparently 2 minutes before the the post this morning, somebody purchased 42,000 lots of short oil, and the trade made projected 500 million in a half hour.
That was me. That was me. Yeah.
So ridiculous, honestly. I mean, I looked at the in hindsight, because I wasn't awake. I wasn't awake for the announcement on Mountain Time, at least. I looked at the hyperliquid volume to see if there was any suspicious activity maybe before the announcement. And yeah, 10 minutes before, there was a bit of a spike in volume on the NASDAQ contract.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so fun to just be Trump's kid and just do that.
I bet, honestly, Max, if you created a bot that tracked divergences in volume for certain contracts on hyperliquid, you'd probably print.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. That's actually really interesting. If you found if you would just identify +3, +4 standard deviation of buy or sell delta at obscure times on hyperliquid, that would be a really interesting signal, actually. Huh. Should we do that?
I think we should. I really think we should. because it was not like a small divert. I mean, it was like kind of subtle, but definitely abnormal versus the days prior. Kind of reminds me of what happened before that Trump coin pump. Louis knows.
Well, CZ got pardoned, so
Yeah, I meant the one with the dinner or whatever.
oh right, there's been many manipulations. I'm sorry.
This is why I think James Quinn is like an industry plant. He was long like 30 million of Trump coin for no reason, supposedly right before that announcement.
You're saying Win? James Win?
Yeah.
Bro, he's not a plant, bro. He is
a plant, man.
He's not a plant, bro. No, he's a martingale, man. No, he's dude. I knew James Win before all that happened. Like
days before.
No, I knew James Win.
Well, okay. So how? Right. Okay. What level? Right. Okay. Fucking hell. Okay. Let's start fucking talking numbers. How many hold on. Let me get to my punch page just so I don't mess anything up. Right. What was your points for stage 2?
I'll DM you private and tell you.
No. Fucking say it now.
I'm not saying it on here.
You're a fucking bitch, Bugs.
No chance I'm saying it on here. You're a fucking bitch.
He's not he's not a plant, bro. He's not. I knew the guy or knew-ish him well before all that, dude, because he was a big Pepe whale. So like I was connected with a lot of those guys really early on. And dude, I don't even want to get into it. He's not a plant. He's not capable of being a plant. Like I think if people want to point to that, like I get why, but I don't think he's a plant, bro. I think he's just no. I'm not even gonna say it, but there's no way, bro. There's no way. Fucking say it.
Yeah.
What were you? Hang on. Let me just.
Listen, I'm not a native English speaker, but I don't think I've ever spoken this way.
I mean, he was clearly on benzodiazepine, so you know.
What the fuck is that?
It's a fancy way to say Xanax. He's clearly, you know, he just took a 2 milligram pressed alprazolam, you know.
Maybe he had a little too much coffee. Who knows?
Coffee, no, he's something else, man.
Depends on what he put in the coffee, man.
He's on a cocktail of uppers and downers.
Yeah, man. He took a street Hulk and went night on a space and couldn't get his words out. So yeah, he was on that tranquilizer, man.
This thing is also find the right combination of stimulants and downers. It might find an edge in this market.
I just love that eyebrow at the end, like, oops.
Bring back George Bush, bro. We didn't know what we had with George Bush.
What do you mean? He was a baby eater as well, so
they all are, aren't they, man?
Yeah.
I was telling my wife about the Now Watch This Drive clip over the
weekend.
So funny.
Classic. So American.
So funny.
I'm telling you guys, the only thing holding this world together is that there are so many psychopaths that are holding each other, at ground. That's the only way. Like that there's an actual competition between the psychopaths and they are all at the top. But if there was only one, it would be really bad. But because of the competition between them. That's the only way.
They'll just take turns blackmailing each other.
Pretty much, yeah. Like the other day when Epstein, when Bill Gates bullied Epstein by not giving him Xbox Live access, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that subplot of the Epstein files was, I hate to say like a favorite per se, right? Because there's no good stories in that, but I did find it funny that Bill Gates was like, Epstein did not like Bill Gates because he was just a weirdo.
Yeah.
Dude, how about that Palm Beach Pete guy I keep seeing all over X? The like Epstein lookalike guy.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
I did. I saw somebody joke about there are probably 1 million people in Florida that look just like this guy.
For sure. For sure. The guy's trying to get like famous now or something. He's like posting video. It's pretty weird.
Never miss an opportunity, I guess, these days. That's probably a good spot to wrap the show up, I think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream today. It's a Monday, a Taco Monday, not a Taco Tuesday. Although tomorrow is Tuesday, so maybe we have tacos again tomorrow. I guess we'll find out. Very headline-driven market, but I think we did discuss obviously what we're watching, how we're kind of viewing things moving forward, and much more. If you enjoyed the stream today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. A reminder that we do Market Check live throughout the week on the following days when the New York Stock Exchange is open, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can expect to see us going live around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see you guys again on Wednesday, hopefully with more clarity on the market. But these days, I doubt it, man. We're still going to have a great show for you, though, on Wednesday. It'll certainly be entertaining, if nothing else. But also make sure to wrap up your day with Market Talk, hosted by the legendary King Wabi. That is our X Spaces, hosted not just by Wabi, but also through our Because Bitcoin account on X. So that's where we will be going live throughout the week. And our typical start time for Market Talk, guys, is around 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join Wabi and an ever-changing panel to discuss markets, finish up your day, have some more entertainment, and of course, get some alpha as well on where markets are headed. But thanks again, guys. Like I said, we hope you enjoyed the stream. We'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you again, as always. And of course, stay safe.